Hello everyone, welcome back to some more of The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Last time, a lot of things happened. We we cross-examined Ashley Graydon, and we gained a few things from it, like for example the fact that this box that was pawned was actually from another one of McGilded's items. And if we can get the other picture, no we can't, whatever, it was on the shelves earlier on there. And so yeah, they've gone to get it. However, what the court is trying to figure out is the significance of these two, of the box and disc. Why exactly are they here? Why do we need them, right? Well, to prove that, we had to do what we didn't want to, and reveal the events of what happened during the case of... Okay, yeah, so yeah. We had to basically reveal what happened, what really happened in the omnibus trial, and how we were wrong and whatnot. So, yeah. Anyways, beyond that, the mysterious little box that McGilded dropped off is now here. And yeah, guess now we gotta, hopefully we'll now be able to examine it. So yeah, let's get started. Okay. There's no doubt in my mind that it's a key piece in this far-reaching puzzle. Alright. I could have literally ended it here. Yeah, because this was a to-be-continued thing. Whatever. Hold up, what? What? Back up, what? I recorded yesterday, which was 11/29. 11/20... Oh yeah, I forgot. It was a few days, sorry. I didn't realize it was like 11/25 to 11/29. I didn't think it was that long. Whatever. So, here's the small box in question.
So, this is the article in question, is it? The small box deposited with the pawnbroker by Mr. McGilded 2 months ago.
And on the night of Mr. Winterbank's murder, the only item on the shelves that was touched by whoever broke into the shop. Quick, quick! Let's open it and see what's inside! Oh. Okay.
Good gracious! This is no ordinary box, it seems.
Wow. Although, in truth, I had an inkling that might be the case.
It would appear that the box houses a miniature music box movement.
Then, is it too much to expect?
I think it would be reasonable to assume it has a device. It is a device for the playback of this disc, my lord.
So, here we have the means to play back Mr. McGilded's disc, deposited at Winterbank's at much the same time.
Not strictly correct, my lord. It was not McGilded's disc. It was the disc of his victim in the omnibus.
But why?
But why, for heaven's sake? Are we to understand that the brickmaker was trying to sell this music box disc to Mr. McGilded?
I believe the answer will become clear if we listen to the music on the disc, my lord.
Yes, very well. Let the court now here listen to this curious disc at last.
Wait! Wait, my lord!
Good grief! What is the meaning of this, Inspector?
The music box and the disc are, well, they're all related to this case. No need to spoil the somber atmosphere in the courtroom with some silly bit of music.
Objection!
This disc may very well have motivated the culprit in this case to commit murder. clearly there's every chance that it's fundamentally important to understanding what happened.
The prosecution has no objection. But no! That piece of evidence is police property and... Clearly, Scotland Yard has some vested interest here. But it is the policy of this prosecutor to leave no avenues unexplored. And you, Inspector, have no jurisdiction here to prevent that from happening.
No further delays, please. Play the disc.
Wouldn't that paper be in the way?
What on earth? That's certainly not what I would call music.
No. It's just the same note playing over and over again in a regular sequence. Oh! Morse code! Sorry, Morse code. That makes sense. It's the same note. Yeah, same note. That's literally Morse code. I don't hear any long notes, though. But...
Mr. Graydon? This really is priceless. After all that, the music box is broken.
broken? It can't be, can it?
Well, obviously. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the officer sent to fetch it didn't drop it on the way back to the courtroom. Well, with much regrets, I feel the court must accept that this music box offers little in the way of clues. Are you ready to move on, counsel?
Come on! Yes, alright. It does sound as though it's completely broken, but is it? Could this music emanating from the music box disc possibly be a new clue? Yes, it could be. I believe that it could be relevant, my lord.
Good lord! But how can it be? It's an abomination, counsel. Mere noise! I fail to see how it can have any meaning whatsoever.
It does sound strange, I agree, but there's one thing bothering me. While Graydon stands there torturing victoriously, the inspector beside him has a rather telling expression on his face. It's as if Gregson recognizes the sound, like he's familiar with it somehow. And that's making him appear extremely on edge. If that is the stance of the defense, my Nipponese friend, answer me this. Oh? Just what relevance do you propose this woeful chiming has on this case? It's the defense's belief that the sound emanating from this music box is not supposed to be music. Just because this is a music box, it doesn't necessarily mean the sounds we are hearing are music. Look at that! The smile vanished from Graydon's lips as soon as I said it. I'm on the right lines here. I must be.
Making deductions based on how people react to what you say. You're acting just like Hurley, Runo.
Objection! The sounds we're hearing aren't necessarily music. Well, now that you told us what they are not. I'm sure the court would love to hear what they are. Do enlighten us, my Nipponese friend. Surely you have an idea in mind? Because if not...
It will be the death of your ill-formed argument.
Exactly. The music box discs are clearly broken. Refusing to accept that fact is pure foolishness.
They've got me. I don't know what the answer is. Yet.
Bruno? I've just examined the music box very thoroughly, and I'm fairly certain that it's not broken at all.
Is it in the court record? I don't remember. Oh, no. Really?
Really? The way it's been made, it can only produce a single note anyway.
Thank you, Iris. Huh. Alright. Well, if the music box isn't broken, it must mean that the sounds it's producing have some significance that it isn't musical. Yeah, literally Morse code. Ah! Could it be? Is that what these sounds are?
Something's just struck me, Bruno. I feel like recently, in the past few hours even, I've heard another sound very much like the one this music box makes.
Yes, it's a familiar sound. Actually, Iris, I was just thinking exactly the same thing.
I'm gonna have to press the defense for an answer. If your assertion is that the sound produced by this music box is in fact not music at all, then what the devil is it, Counsel?
All the evidence we've seen so far, all the testimony we've heard, it's all pointing to one single answer now. The prosecution demands that my learned Nipponese friend presents proof now. Tangible proof of this latest wild speculation. Alright then. This could be the best chance I'm going to get to fight back in this trial. And if I'm right, it's going to join all the dots together. The evidence that explains the true nature of the sounds of this music box is... I don't know. The true nature of the sounds. Well, what could it be exactly? Okay, well, I don't know. What evidence have we not used? We used this. I'm pretty sure we don't need this. Do we need to go to case results? Whatever. Oh wait. Can I see this? Oh, okay. I know what we need that for. Alright, what else did we need? Oh, wait. Yeah! A sensational story lowered on the front page. Ministry mole classified secrets. They must have been... Right, Morse code is a communications thing. In other words... On that disk is the secrets. That's why Gregson was acting all... suspicious and whatnot. Because he literally... We're literally playing... Yeah, we're literally playing National Secrets in the schoolroom. Alright.
Take that!
That is clever, okay.
Today's paper, Counsel? The headline is Pawnbroker Perishes in Pick Purse Plunder. Hardly supportive of your cause.
No, my lord. I was hoping you'd look a little further down the page.
Further down, Ministry mole classified secrets have been leaked overseas from the Ministry of Justice. Yes, this is a very serious matter, being investigated at the highest level, I understand.
I have heard that international transmissions among the supposedly secure lines are somehow being intercepted and leaked to various other countries.
And presumably those transmissions are in the form of wired telegrams?
Of course.
Juror number 5, your input, please. Stop. Oh, Misa? Whatever is the matter. You told the court that before you worked at the same communication station as Mr. Graydon. That you worked at the same communication station as Mr. Graydon, did you not? Yes, that's correct. And the particular station where you work deals with government communications and newspaper reports? Oh, yes. We're not your run-of-the-mill communication station at all. Our work is extremely important. Then tell me, is this not a very familiar sound? You don't mean to say, is it? That's right, madam. It bears more than a passing resemblance to the sound made by your telegraph machine as you tap it. I believe it's called Morse code. But I don't believe it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but when it comes to leaking telegrams from government departments, there could be nobody more perfectly placed than a highly skilled communications officer.
Are you suggesting that the music box disc contains stolen government secrets in Morse code?
Order! Order! Please, everyone. But this is high treason, Council, deserving of capital punishment.
Too much new vocabulary. What is this treason and what is capital punishment?
The sorts of words I'd half expect you to know.
For our sovereign government's confidential information, hostile nations would surely pay almost any price.
Yes, and on that night 2 months ago, that was the very negotiation that was taking place inside the omnibus.
But in the end, Miss Gilded perished, and the all-important disc lay unclaimed in the pawnbrokery.
My word!
In which case, whoever stole that information in the first place must have surely been beside himself with worry. Because if the disc were to be discovered before it found its way out of the country,
This would reveal an act of high treason punishable by death.
so the culprit had no choice but to retrieve it. And in order to do that, he would have to gain entry to the pawnbrokery illegally in the middle of the night. Because the article left behind by Mr. McGilded would incriminate him too much if it got into the wrong hands. Isn't that right, Mr. Graydon?
You think I've been stealing government secrets? Preposterous. Absolutely preposterous. So, in response to the defense's accusation, you claim complete innocence, do you? Well, of course I do. I've had to sit here in silence while that pretentious foreign lawyer has been prattling away.
Objection! Then by all means, counter the charges, sir. The prosecution demands the witness testifies in response to the accusations brought by the defense.
Delighted, I'm sure. The witness is reminded that the crime under scrutiny is this trial under the murder of the pawnbroker, Mr. Winterbank. That being a most flagitious offence for which the law of this land sanctions a capital punishment. But the heinous act of high treason is no less serious a crime. I urge you to bear that in mind as you testify, Mr. Graydon. So then, let us proceed. You may...
You gotta let us have a rabbit and pork in here, Gov. We got things to say.
I beg your pardon? Who do you think you are?
Name's Nash Skulkin. Occupation is professional baddie.
Name's Ringo Skulkin, but we ain't bodies enough to shut out our motherland.
That's right. We're what they call the Three Skulkin Brothers.
Bad timing, fellas. Very bad timing.
Alright, let's hear what they have to say.
A mere communications officer couldn't possibly steal government confidential information. Besides, the sounds produced by that music box aren't even Morse code. It was some low-class brickmaker negotiating with McGilded anyway, was it not? I've no relation to the man.
Look, all we done is break into the gaff the other night like what he told us to do.
If we'd known there was some dodgy government secrets involved, we wouldn't have touched it.
3 statements. Okay, I have a feeling we'll need more.
Mr. and Mr. Skulkin.
Well, Mr. Do Governor, what's up?
Do I take it that you now admit to the crime? That on the night in question you did indeed gain entry to the premises illegally? And moreover, you did so as a party of 3 in collaboration with Mr. Graydon here?
We did, Gov. We did.
Quieten down, please. What say you to that, Mr. Graydon? I have no idea what these 2 ruffians are referring to.
You little rotter! Getting us mixed up in all this monkey business. You never said nothing about no government secrets. It was supposed to be a straight-up job.
Oh, what about the geezer whose shop it was, huh? Poor bloke didn't have to die, did he?
Nice to know who your friends are.
Whatever these men say, I deny the accusations. Indeed. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting this little music box to become so significant in the proceedings. However, as it has, I will admit it into the court record as evidence.
We're gonna have to examine that. Alright, so... let's see what we got in store. First off, I do want to start by... Wait, there were 5 statements? Oh, okay, good. Let's look at the music box, because this music box hides a secret. It looks like a normal music box on the surface, but if I remember correctly, we can flip it under. Oh,
What is it, Bruno?
I've just noticed something about this music box. It looks like the bottom of it opens up as well.
Ah, you're right. Well, come on then. What are you waiting for? Let's open it.
Alright then, here goes.
Look at that. There's another movement on the underside.
So, does that mean you can set another disc to play back on this side?
Yes, I think so. And it looks like the 2 movements are linked together.
They're linked?
So if you had 2 discs, they would both play back at the same time.
Interesting. So there is another disc. Wait, didn't Herlock genetically engineer another one? We could play them back at the same time and get the message and memo and thing. Great. Alright, let's see what these guys have to say. Like Mr. Graydon told you to do, you mean? That's it, yeah. What else, huh? Silly me thought he was just popping over for a natter after all them years, but the rotter had a dodgy job for us. Yeah, Ash. After all them years? Let me stop you there, Mr. Skulkin. After all them years? I noticed it, yeah. You say? Do you mean to tell me that Mr. Graydon is an acquaintance of yours? Well, the sociable kind of baddies, you know? Sure, let's say Graydon's an old China.
Excuse me!
Is something wrong, Mr. Skulkin? Eh? No, the other Mr. Skulkin.
What? Oh, me?
When your brother was testifying just now, he said something that seemed to cause you to react.
Oh, I was just remembering the old days, that's all. We used to have a right old laugh when out together way back when.
Together? With Mr. Graydon, you mean?
Yeah, with Ash, I mean. You look at him now in his fancy whistle and flute, and you wouldn't ever believe it. But when he was younger, he was from the poor part of town, just like us.
Is that so?
Well, he was always a leery one. He had the brains, he had the savvy, always coming up with smart ideas like what would never have gone through our heads.
Oh, blimey, ain't that the truth? Remember Milverton and Skulkin's milk run? That was a corker, huh? Save it until after the trial. Your reminiscing has no place in this courtroom. And neither does your fruit. Oi, the geezer asked us a question, didn't he? And we was answering.
Yeah, we ain't done nothing wrong.
Nevertheless, not to accompany you. I don't know. That story is very well relevant, and I'm going to tell you why in a moment. My lord? Yes, counsel?
Oh, wait, whoa, that was a dead wrong voice. What?
Yes, counsel.
I forgot to add the thing in my throat. Let's add that statement to the testimony.
Very well, counsel. I will permit the brothers to supplement their testimony with that detail.
Briefly, I hasten to add.
Say no more,
or Skulkin's never skulkin'.
Alright, the reason this is important is because if we look at the McGilded case notes, look at the details of the victim. The name of thrice-fired Mason, Mason Milverton. That's a very interesting name to have here.
Objection!
Oh, okay. Oh, there goes my 5-star run for everything. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. Fine then. Okay. I guess not there.
Hold it!
Guess we have to press that statement or something? I'm sure I'm gonna regret asking this, but what exactly was that? Some kind of business?
Just a little scheme we were going back in the day when we was youngsters. A bit of fun, really. Delivering fresh milk to the yokels. To the locals. That's what it was all about.
That sounds alarmingly legitimate.
There must be a catch.
I suppose since we're here, I should ask them to elaborate, but on what? What we need is the business name, I believe. So, this business was just a bit of fun, you say? And it was just yourselves and Mr. Graydon involved?
Yeah, that's it.
Milverton and Skulkin's milk run, was it?
Yeah, that's it.
And where did the Milverton part come from?
Oh, right. I thought a clever clerk like you had worked that one out.
Hold it!
That's his.
Wait, that was his voice? Sounds like a kid. Enough of this. How much longer are we expected to listen to this driveling? Let me guess. You don't accept anything these two witnesses are saying? Tell me, why is it that it was only at the mention of the name Milverton that you decided to interject?
Because
It weren't the opposites of homes that one came from. Yeah, his old man was struggling for money so much, his wife walked out for him.
She took the name Graydon then, see?
But Ash will always be Milverton to us.
Milverton. So, that used to be your surname, did it?
Of course not. This is all bunkum. I've been a Graydon since I was born. Do you really think you can rely on the testimony of these two thieves, huh?
You're a communications officer attached to civil service. As such, your personal details will have been thoroughly checked at the time of your appointment.
It would be a very simple matter to indeed subpoena those records, Mr. Graydon.
Ah!
Well, it would appear that Mr. and Mrs. Skulkin's testimony has been reliable, for once. You were born Ashley Milverton, then. Is that correct?
Very well, yes. So, Ashley Graydon was once Ashley Milverton. That information could change things. There we go. And now that we present that at crud. There's just the hint thing. The hint text. So yeah, I think we can just present his whole thing. Yeah, there was a link between the two men. Oh yeah, so it literally hints at them, the two brothers meaning something. Okay. Okay. No relation? Well, guess what? Let's present the case notes here.
Objection!
There it is. Okay. Mr. Ashley Milverton. Tell me, why did you try to hide your former name from the court?
Because I haven't gone by that name for years. It means nothing to me.
No, I don't think that's the real explanation at all. The truth is, you had a reason to hide that name.
Explain yourself, please, counsel.
I have here the notes from the omnibus case, my lord. And as we all know, the victim, the man who we now understand to have been negotiating with Mr. McGilded...
Yes, Mr. Mason, the brickmaker.
That's right. Only Mason wasn't his surname at all. It was his given name. His full name was Mason Milverton.
Milverton? Do you mean to say... Saints alive!
Mr. Ashley Milverton. Is it not the case that the brickmaker Mr. Mason Milverton was your father?
I don't...
As I believe I mentioned earlier, your family history will have been thoroughly checked when you join the civil service. And it really would take no time at all for the court to subpoena those records. The truth is, you have been illegally acquiring highly confidential government information and selling it to McGilded in collaboration with your father.
This is slander. I carved a new life for myself as a respectable communications officer, as a gentleman. I have no idea what my father has been up to, but it has nothing to do with me.
And may I remind the court that the assertion that this disc contains some sort of message in Morse code has been reliably disproven by a professional and independent communications officer, no less.
The relationship between the victim and of the omnibus case and this witness is undoubtedly significant. However, the defense's argument remains somewhat incomplete, I feel.
No.
I believe the cross-examination should continue.
I figured that wouldn't be enough. Alright, so Morse code uses two tones. If I could just demonstrate the possibility, which we can because we have both sides of the music box. Great. Alright, let's continue then. Aren't even Morse code. Do we just press this here?
Objection!
Ah, no. Crud. Then what do we do? Let's skip through this again. Oh my god. Actually, wait, how far back does autosaving go? $9:51, it's 9:57. That would be more than a few minutes. Do I want to go through the whole thing again? Yeah, I'll keep it. Who cares, right? Last trial of the game, and it's not like we get any achievements for doing stuff this easily. Now then. I guess, what? Do I do this? They're not?
To anyone with a brain, that would be blatantly apparent on listening to that music box for even a few seconds.
Of course, of course. Surely it can't be that my learned friend is unfamiliar with Morse code. Ouch. He looks genuinely shocked at my ignorance. Oh, damn it, whatever. I would be more than happy to demonstrate the basics for you, sir. A lesson? Here in court? Morse code is a continuous series of two distinct tones. Tones, you say? Yes, a short dot and a long dash. By combining those in different ways, you construct letters. I see. For example, this is A. And this is B. But when you listen to the sound produced by this music box, you only hear one tone, don't you? But it sounds so similar. The rhythm of it is the same in everything. But there's no discernible meaning to this apparently random sequence of sounds. So, your assertion is fundamentally flawed. This is not Morse code.
Really? You shouldn't be so surprised. What did I tell you? That music box is nothing but a worthless piece of scrap. Perhaps you might consider studying your subject matter before casting aspersions in the future.
Okay, well, that's fine then. Do we press give it a try? You know what, let's save, because we already lost two, things. May as well play one more to keep going, right? That's nuclear defense. What does it say here? Dots and dashes. Yes, I'm well aware of that. Then, what?
Well, it would appear the defense had a hypothesis to put it forward. You had better present your idea once, counsel.
Wow, I'm already getting tired, jeez.
How do you propose that this music box, which appears to produce only a single tone, could have been used to cipher secret messages into Morse code?
Well, that's easy. I think, do we just open it out? Yes. Sorry, I'm literally getting more tired, so I'm probably slurring my words. Now then, I guess let's just present this part.
Got it!
Yes.
Good gracious! What am I looking at here? Another movement on the underside of the music box? What?
It appears, my lord, that the two movements are linked together. In other words, you can put two discs in this music box, and the sounds of both will play back at the same time.
Good heavens!
As the court has heard, Morse code comprises of two tones, a short dot and a long dash. With the second disc in place, this music box could be used to generate Morse code and convey a message. Ugh! The new facts and evidence unveiled by the cross-examination of this witness all come together to reveal the truth.
The truth, you say?
That you collaborated with your father, Mr. Mason Milverton, in illegal dealings with Magnus McGilded.
By dint of the music box, you mean, counsel?
Yes, stealing information being sent in secret government communications and selling it on to McGilded. Mr. Graydon concocted this elaborate scheme of using two music box discs to encode the information, as presumably a safety measure against information falling into the wrong hands.
And a very effective one. I shouldn't have given the scheme any credence whatsoever.
But the deal with Mr. McGilded went sour, and the brickmaker met his end. Yes. But before he was arrested, McGilded managed to temporarily dispose of the stolen disc at the pawnbroker. Then, having learned of the situation, you appeared at Windibank's 2 days ago, in an attempt to recover the 2 articles McGilded had placed in pawn there. But that attempt failed. One of the discs was seized by the police, and the other you never found. So that same night, you enlisted the help of the Salkin brothers and broke into the pawnbrokery. This time, determined to recover the second disc.
Are you suggesting that the second disc was inside the music box?
Eh? We never knew nothing about that. On the night that Mr. Windibank was killed, the intruder to the pawnbrokery touched one item, and one item alone, the music box. So yeah, he literally just... Sorry, I'm trying to put my water bottle back. He literally took the music box disc out and then just kind of ran off with it, so no one could ever figure it out.
As rather ingeniously demonstrated by using the 2 prints from the security camera, indeed.
So, the question that naturally begs answering is this. Why was that one article disturbed? The answer is obvious, because it contained the second disc, which the intruder was desperate to retrieve. Since, if it were to fall into the hands of the police, it would be proof of high treason. Well, Mr. Graydon, do you deny that all of this actually began on that fateful day, 2 months ago?
I refuse to accept any of this nonsense.
What's that in your arm? Sir. There appears to be blood seeping through the sleeve of your jacket. What? Ugh! 2 nights ago, we know that 3 shots were fired at the scene of the crime in Windibank's pawnbrokery. 1 took the life of the pawnbroker himself. 1 struck the pouch around Mr. Sholmes' waist. And the final bullet struck the calendar on the wall of the shop, having first pierced the arm of one of the intruders. Mr. Graydon, that wound on your arm that you seem to be trying to hide, it's a bullet wound, isn't it? He's got you now, my old China.
Time to call it quits and croak, I reckon. Don't acknowledge my presence there under any circumstances whatsoever. Those were my terms, remember? And I paid you handsomely to comply. Clearly, I was a fool to think I could trust some common buxom thieves.
Weren't these your best friends, bro? Wow.
Fine, I admit it. I was there in Windibank that night. I paid this pair 10 guineas to accompany me. And as you've noticed, I sustained an injury in the course of my adventures. But that is all. I admit nothing more. Stealing government secrets? Negotiating with Mr. McGilded? As God is my witness, I'm sure I recall nothing of the sort.
Sorry, friend, but I think God's looking away right now. He's not gonna go down without a fight. Not until I can show hard evidence, I suppose. Nevertheless, the defense has now established a crucial fact. Which is... Well, we know that 1 bullet was fired from each of the 2 firearms we have in evidence. The bullet from the Salkin brothers' gun hit the pouch around Mr. Sholmes' waist. And the bullet from Mr. Windibank's gun clearly must have been the one that caught Mr. Graydon on the arm.
Indeed it must. We can rule out the possibility that the man shot himself.
And that leads us to only one conclusion. Mr. Windibank was shot by a third gun, which can only have been fired by the third intruder.
Goodness!
That's right, Mr. Graydon. Ugh. The only person who could have possibly shot Mr. Windibank that night is you.
Hold it!
You little upstart. You made a grave mistake when you summoned me here.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Yes, as you rightly say, I was there at the pawnbroker's. I did my best to hide the fact, naturally. I had no intention of ruining the distinguished career I'd built for myself at the communication station. But did the thought never cross your mind? Did you never consider the possibility?
What do you mean? What thought? What possibility?
The possibility that if I was at the scene, I may have witnessed the crucial moment. You see, this makes me a key witness in this case, and I have my hands firmly around the neck of your client.
What?
Are you suggesting... I saw it all. I saw the very moment the pickpocketed girl pointed the gun at that poor defenseless pawnbroker and shot him.
What?
Order! Order! Well, it would seem we are finally entering the last act of this theatrical trial.
Mr. Graydon,
Yes?
I trust you are fully aware of the implications here. If it is shown that your claim is false, you will have incriminated yourself as the killer.
Oh, I understand fully. Then I must ask you to give your formal testimony one more. You will explain to the court precisely what you saw at the moment that the defendant allegedly shot the victim.
What time are we at now? 40-something%? Yeah, 48 minutes in. How much do we have left? Do we have a lot left? Okay, we have some stuff left. Yes, okay. Great, okay. So yeah, we do have a good bit left, so I guess I'll continue for like, till it passes an hour, so maybe 10 more minutes. Alright.
Nothing would give me greater pleasure. While these ruffians were jostling with the broker, I was still near the entrance to the shop. When Windibank threw Nash over the counter, I felt the sharp pain in my arm. I pursued the man, but he shut himself in the storeroom. I could see him through the paper hole in the door, though. The accused in a black coat shot the man in the back as he was trying to flee to safety. I saw the blood splatter all over the wretched girl. Then she tossed the gun out of the peephole, so I picked it up and made my escape.
Why?
Good gracious, this is quite extraordinary testimony. You claim, sir, under oath, to have clearly seen the defendant pulling the trigger. Order! Order! It wasn't my intention to testify in this way.
But neither is it my intention to be found guilty of a murder I didn't commit. So you see, my hand has been forced. I tell the truth now as an act of self-preservation. The truth? Until now, the prosecution was completely unaware of these details.
Yes, well, sorry about that. Having shot me in the arm, the pawnbroker was then shot in the back by the accused. And as I said, she was showered in his blood.
You say the blood splattered over the accused's coat. Are you sure on that point?
Oh yes, quite sure. All over the black overcoat that pickpocketed girl was wearing at the time. Really? If her coat could somehow be shown to harbor vestiges of blood, that would be conclusive evidence here.
Which it does. And he knows that. Such an investigation is entirely possible, my lord. What? Only very recently, a German scientist named Ehrlich has developed a technique to identify human blood. So, here's to true science, not some amateurish detective's dubious foray into the world of chemistry.
There's nothing dubious about Hurley's work. His ideas are all sound.
Ideas are no use to us here. In science, as in law, theories must be proven before they stand. In Germany, the technique has already been employed in the courtroom as the basis of evidence. Scotland Yard has a small quantity of the chemical reagent used, with your lordship's permission. We could shatter all the vestiges of doubt within minutes.
This doesn't look good, Runo.
Why not?
Well, we know, don't we, that there's blood all over the front of Jenny's coats. If they test it with their chemicals...
Oh, help, you're right! I was forgetting what happened yesterday. Yeah, there is blood on that coat. Thing is, it's not Windibank's though, it's literally Milverton's. But we can't prove that because Hurley's thing is not accepted. But that's not Mr. Windibank's blood. That stain is from 2 months ago. That's Mr. Mason's blood, from when he was stabbed by McGilded, who was wearing the coat at the time. My lord, the defense objects to the test proposed by the prosecution. That makes you look guilty.
Overruled. Lord Van Zieks, make it so at once.
With pleasure, my lord.
And while we wait the results, the defense may proceed with the cross-examination.
Once they find that blood on the overcoat, Gina will be... Alright. Then I guess we're running on borrowed time then. When I want to say running on borrowed time, we're running on a time limit. Is a better phrase. You know what? I think I'm gonna end things here. As it stands now, we literally have like what, 3 more episodes to go on this? 2 to 3 more episodes? Which is fine. I mean, we don't. Looking at summary, we don't have too much to go through. It's literally like, let me see. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay, good, great. So, this is technically the last cross-examination we'll have to go through. Everything after that is just, you know, conjecture, then proving our points, then so on. So, yeah. I suspect we can finish this trial in about, what? 1, maybe 2 episodes? Or, no, maybe not 1 episode, no. 2, maybe 3 episodes if I make one of them, like, uber long. So, yeah. Anyways, see you all next time.